doll that looked just like me. That's why my grandmother bought it for me. I named her Polly. However, a few days after I got the doll, strange things started happening to me, but I didn't notice it. I gradually became unsociable. I had never had children. All I needed was Polly to make me happy. She was my best and only friend. I just went to school and came home every day. I didn't make friends or socialize with teachers. I even stopped trying to study in school. I was the perfect student until I got a present. No one noticed it though, so I didn't mind. About a week after Polly showed up, I stopped eating real food. I felt out of place eating regular food, so I always went out into the backyard. We lived in the woods. And after telling Mom I wasn't really hungry that night, found some woodland creature to hunt down and kill for dinner. Mom didn't notice that I wasn't eating much until the 3rd week. She even took me to the doctor a few times, asking what was wrong with me. The doctor always had the same answer. I was at a healthy weight and I wasn't sick with anything. After the 3rd visit to Dr. Cortez, Mom decided that there was nothing wrong with me, and I was just going through a phase, as she called it. A month after Polly was born, Mom noticed that I was sleeping in the closet instead of my usual bed. And when she came to check on me, she found not only me in the closet, but Polly in my bed. I slept with my eyes wide open too. Mom just ignored it, saying it was a scene. 3 months later, I got a haircut. I wanted a short haircut, and that's exactly what I got. The creepiest part was that after I cut it, Polly's hair started falling out. It only stopped when her hair became exactly like mine. That's when Mom realized something was wrong with the doll, but I didn't want to part with her because Polly was my friend. She was the only one who understood me. Mom also told me that when she was going to sleep, she would find Polly next to her bed. Polly would stare at her intently. Mom would take her back to her room, but when she returned to her bed, she would always find Polly in the same spot. Eventually, Mom stopped paying attention. I know now that Polly was checking to see if my mom was still awake. My skin, hair, and eyes started glowing green. This led to another visit to the doctor, but he said there was nothing he could do. My mom finally decided it wasn't a phase. She watched me as much as she could. She even quit her job, a crazy move for a single mom, to be able to tutor me and make sure nothing would happen to me. And then the worst night of our lives happened. My mom woke up in the middle of the night to the back door opening and slamming shut. She ran outside, noticing that I wasn't in bed and neither was Polly. Once outside, she immediately spotted us. We were walking towards the lake holding hands. She ran after us, but she was almost too late. Polly was dragging me into the water, clearly trying to drown me. Polly turned her head fully toward my mom. She smiled a sickening, evil grin that sent shivers running down my spine. My mom realized she needed to act immediately before it was too late. She ran up to me and grabbed my arm, but I pushed her away. She resisted until I, resisting, was in her arms. She put me in my bed and locked me there. She sat there and tried to calm me down. I was hysterical. Then we heard a knock. We looked out the window and saw Polly standing there, looking at us with her angry green eyes. My mom opened the window and grabbed her. My mom ran out of my room and threw Polly into the fireplace. On my 10th birthday, I got up the courage to ask my mom what Polly was doing and what happened to me. She told me that Polly had been given to my grandmother for free by a woman who seemed crazy. Her daughter had died a few days before she got rid of the doll. My mom showed me the research she had done, and it turned out that all of the doll's previous 8 owners had been killed in various ways. The first was a 1-year-old, the second was a 2-year-old, the third was a 3-year-old, the fourth was a 4-year-old, the fifth was a 5-year-old, the sixth was a 6-year-old, the seventh was a 7-year-old, and then there was me. I was the only one who survived. Now, after much counseling and bed rest, I am fine, unlike those 7 unlucky girls who encountered Polly, the doll with the burning eyes. That's what my family still calls her.